Hey, 8th graders, Catlin here with your cool down help for this Tuesday afternoon. We're looking at cool down for lesson 6, and we've been talking about y-intercepts or vertical intercepts, and that's what this graph kind of has you talk about. We're looking at Andre's savings account, and this shows over the weeks how much money he has in there, and we have to explain what the slope represents and what the vertical intercept represents. So let's start off with finding the slope by picking a couple of intersections. Here's a good one to choose. Intersection, intersection, intersection right here. So as we draw our slope triangle and finish off finding the slope, we look at our vertical change and we notice that it went from 80 down to 60. So that's a vertical change of 20. Whereas the time in weeks went over 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks from week 4 to week 8. And the slope here would simply be 20 to 4, the vertical over the horizontal, which reduces to 5. And the question is, explain what the slope represents in this situation. Well, 5, the slope of 5 represents Andre increasing, because it's going up, increasing his account by $5 each week. That's what that's representing. The slope is the rate of change of how much he's increasing his savings by every week. And you'll notice that in 1 week, he's not going to be at 5 because he started at a different amount. And that kind of leads us to question number 2. Explain what the vertical intercept represents. The vertical intercept is where our line crosses the vertical axis, the y-axis. You'll also hear me talk about it as the y-intercept. Same thing, okay? The y-intercept here is 40, okay? The y-intercept of 40 represents, well, let's think about what this represents. In 0 weeks of time, he has $40 in his savings account. So he hasn't had the opportunity to add $5 a week. He just started with $40 in there to begin with. So the y-intercept of 40 represents the $40 Andre started with. Something along those lines. And that is your cool down for today on lesson 6. Hope that was helpful. You guys have a good one. See